So what if the child who you find most difficult, or maybe it's not a child, a loved one, what if they're actually your greatest teacher? Now, that isn't how I saw it when my child first started to struggle with life. I thought that she needed fixing. I thought she was a problem. I thought she was being difficult. I had no idea that she was showing me something about myself, exposing something that was hidden to me. So before that point, it was as though we were speaking different languages. And there would be a lot of reaction, a lot of shouting, a lot of slamming doors, a lot of anger, a lot of tears. And she would kind of scream at me, "You're not listening, Mum." And I used to think, "You're not trying." And there was complete separation. And I thought she was this problem that needed solving. Until I paused and I listened to the silence. And I realized I wasn't listening. I mean, I thought I was listening, but actually I was listening to my own anxious thinking, my own fears, my own beliefs around life and how it ought to look, my own panic. And she was feeling all of it. She said to me once, she said, "I feel your disappointment." It was as though somehow she thought that I was disappointed that she was failing at life. You know, she couldn't do life like other people. And when I paused, I could hear what she was hearing. And it all made sense to me. You know, we were all so busy, you know, trying to fix her, giving her labels and giving her coping mechanisms. And can you see how she would hear that she was in some way different, in some way a bit broken, in some way failing? Now, it wasn't obvious to me then at all. It seems so obvious now, but back then, no, I wasn't listening. I didn't see that. And there's no judgment. You know, just notice, you know, when judgment comes through, just let it come through. There's no need to grasp it and climb inside it, because with judgment, we lose the learning. The learning is what's valuable here. The judgment is just let that one be. And for me, the learning, I realized, was that when someone's struggling, they're not asking you to fix them. They're simply asking you to be. Perhaps that's the whole destination of this journey. You know, to see and to recognize that beyond all the fixing and the doing and the trying, there is this space of being. Not being something, not being, you know, the teacher or the strong one or the, I don't know, the one with all the solutions, the fixer. No. Simply being in this moment. Now, this. Could that be enough? Because when I recognized this as being me, you know, beyond my experience, before I pick up my identity and my story and my thinking, there is this space of quiet. That's when I quietened down. And a funny thing happened, because in that space, what would come out of my mouth would be would make so much more sense. There would be this incredible clarity and common sense where before there was kind of confusion, like I don't know what to do or say, and then I would quieten down and I knew exactly. And it was as though almost it felt like this wisdom surprised both of us. And my daughter would say, "Oh, well, that makes sense now." And she would kind of fall into a nice feeling. We would both fall into this nice feeling. And it didn't come from books or other people. It's within me. And if it's within me, it's within her. And it's within you. When we quieten down and we pause. And you know that one of the biggest changes now is that when my daughter struggles with something, because life happens. It's not happening to us, but life just happens. It's going to always happen. And we struggle with stuff. And now the difference is she comes to me and she knows. She absolutely knows I'm not going to be fixing and giving solutions and jumping in with, I don't know, all the stuff that the fearful stuff that I used to do. Instead, she knows that we're going to fall into a space of acceptance, of quiet, and in this space we're going to hear each other, and there is this deep connection where before there was just separation. When I was innocently trying to fix and I was off in my head, and then she would be in her head, and we didn't hear each other and we felt separate, and back then she would scream at me and I thought she was being difficult, but she wasn't. She was exposing something in me that I couldn't yet see. And she knows that, you know, I'll bring her into this space of being where there is complete acceptance of the moment, whatever the moment looks like, and everything's okay in that moment. And from there we can both breathe. And there's more clarity, and there's more wisdom, and there's more common sense. And in this space, she finds her own way. And it's powerful.